Scene 7 continues with Lear being dismissed by both his daughters, so we really see him approaching his lowest ebb, which he really gets to in Act 3 when the storm comes and when everything is sort of stripped away from him. It's a great bit around about line 346 where Lear basically says, "Oh heavens, if you do love old men, if your sweet sway allow obedience, if yourselves are old, make it your cause, send down and take my part." So he's shouting up there to the heavens. Now remember, Lear is set in a pre-religious time, so he's not talking to God, and Shakespeare wants that to be very, very clear to the Jacobean audience. He's talking to this generic sort of godly force. And he's basically saying, if the heavens are old, well, come down and help me out here. And again, we see Lear struggling to come to terms with a changing world. The Jacobean audience are watching this, knowing that Lear's belief in religion is, compared to their time, out of date, that he hasn't got this sort of Christian faith, which was, in the Jacobean time, seen as absolutely crucial to being a king. So Lear is ironically saying, help me out, gods, help me out, heavens, but to the audience watching it, it's obvious, well, yeah, his God and his heavens are old because the world's changing around him. So again, Lear's trying to call out for strength, but ironically, it's showing his weakness, and Shakespeare really emphasises that here. He appeals here to Regan, knowing that Goneril sort of turned away half of his men. And Regan says, "You will return and sojourn with my sister," around line 360, "dismissing half your train, come then to me." So Regan's trying to strip away even more of his men. So bit by bit, Lear is losing that power, shown by Ken being literally lowered and put in the stocks, shown here by the men being sort of stripped away. And then Lear basically realises that everybody's sort of turning against him here, really. And there's a great bit where he talks to Goneril. About line 378, he says, "But yet thou art my flesh, my blood, my daughter, or rather a disease that lies within my flesh." So initially he goes from saying, you're my flesh and blood, you're my daughter, to going, actually, no, you're a disease in my flesh. Remember Edmund cutting himself, and his blood is seen as this plague on Gloucester for his sins, for having an illegitimate child. It's the same thing again here. Goneril and Regan are presented as diseases and boils and plagues, but they come from Lear. They come from Lear's own flesh and blood. Shakespeare's suggesting here that they are bred by this corrupt old system. We're just getting a new Machiavellian system. And then Lear ends that line with, "I can be patient, I can stay with Regan, I and my 100 knights." And then again she finishes that line. We're seeing that more and more now with Lear. He's not saying whole lines. Regan finishes off, "Not altogether so, sir." Half of a line each. Again, she's literally taking control of his language and of his power and of his men. So if you're looking at Carol Rutter's essay about women, not having power and being monsters or monstered, there's stuff to say there, because Regan and Goneril are monstrous, but the point is surely that they are monsters bred by Lear. They're a plague come back to haunt him. Lear says about line 406 to Regan, "I gave you all." She replies with, "And in good time you gave it." So again, his age is seen as a problem. It's taken him so long to give this power away. He's old, he's outdated, and now it is their time to sort of strike. And then Lear decides, okay, I'll go back to Goneril then. Regan's turned me away, maybe I'll go back to Goneril and I'll get a better deal from her. And he says about line 414, "Those wicked creatures yet do seem well favoured when others are more wicked." Basically, actually maybe Goneril's not that bad, Regan's even worse. He's making exactly the same mistakes as love test. Shakespeare's echoing that love test. Again, it's Lear making mistakes, trying to value those daughters and completely missing the point. He carries on, he says, "Thou art 50, yet doth double 5 and 20, and thou art twice love." He's saying, you'll let me have twice as many men, so you must love me twice as much. Same mistakes as a love test, yet again. Okay, and it's exploiting, it's shown when Goneril says half a line. She says, "Where twice so many have a command to tend you, Regan, what needs one?" She's again finishing the line and making it worse. Just like when Cornwall plucks out Gloucester's iron, she says, "Pluck out the other one." She's adding to it. Lear, sort of rants on his daughters about line 44, "Allow not nature more than nature needs. Man's life is cheap as beast." So again, he's putting himself down to that animalistic level now. He's saying, that basically the heavens are playing with me and fate's playing with me and I'm just this plaything. Bradley talks about that, how Shakespeare shows these great men being reduced to weakness. But it's a weakness of Lear's own creation. It's a plague that's come from his own ageing flesh. He carries on line 431, 432, "If it be you that stirs his daughter's heart against their father." So again, look at that line, his daughter's heart against their father. It goes into the line, that split between the daughters and the father. He carries on 436, "No, you unnatural hags." Again, nature comes in, they are unnatural. Also they are hags, he's attacking their femininity, attacking their role as women. And then Regan basically says, you know, I'll receive Lear gladly, about line 449, but not one follower shall have any men. Cornwall says so on purpose. Where is my Lord of Gloucester? Regan, about line 452, followed the old man forth. It's ironic because Gloucester is literally following Lear, but also he's following Lear's mistakes. Gloucester has done the same thing. He has created this plague in Edmund. He has created this corrupted flesh, and it's coming back to bite him too. So yet again, at the end of Act 2, the end of scene 7, depending on which version you've got, just before the characters are really weakened in Act 3, we get this idea that it is a weakness, but it's a weakness being bred and been brought on by themselves. And I think that is absolutely crucial here. That's what Shakespeare's trying to stress as we move towards Act 3.